should be. Okay. I'm about to introduce our next speaker. His name is Carl Dix. He is one of the co-initiators of RefuseFascism.org, which was founded shortly after the election of Trump and his regime, whose purpose is to drive out the Trump and Pence regime through mass nonviolent political protest. Carl is also a supporter of the Revolutionary Communist Party and has been fighting in the streets for many decades. So, this is Carl Dix.
All right, I want to thank Eva for that introduction. And look, it is very important that Refuse Fascism call people into the streets today. It is important because the world faces a nightmare of the Trump-Pence regime. This nightmare must end, the Trump-Pence regime must go. And as part of doing that, and part of why we must do that, is the very real threat of war that the world faces. That's why it's important that Refuse Fascism raise the slogans for today: no fire and fury on North Korea, no war on Iran, and no U.S. aggression in the Middle East, to which I would add, in anywhere else either. Because we woke up a few weeks ago to find out that U.S. troops had been killed in fighting in Niger in Africa. The U.S. has troops all over the world. I'm going to talk about this a little bit. But look, there's a very real threat of war. Travis and Eva told you about experts who are talking about a 20 to 50% chance of war breaking out in the months to come. This is real. It is very real that the U.S. is threatening war on North Korea. They have warships, warplanes surrounding North Korea. And Donald Trump has threatened to destroy North Korea, to inflict fire and fury on that country, the likes of which the world has never seen. This is a country of 25 million people. Trump backed out of the nuclear deal with Iran, undermining that situation and raising the threat of war on that country. He's backing Saudi Arabia in a war in Yemen that has millions of people facing death and mass starvation. This is a big part of the threat that the Trump-Pence regime brings down on the world. And look, they tell us, hey, well, don't worry about it. Trump has got some advisors who can keep him in check. They even call them the adults in the room, the generals who can keep him from going to war. Well, who are these adults in the room? Let's see, there's General Mad Dog Mattis, who earned that nickname in the flattening of Fallujah in Iraq, where he dropped the chemical weapons, white phosphorus, on the people of Iraq. White phosphorus is a chemical weapon that when it lands on people's skin, it burns all the way down to the bone. This is what that adult in the room has a track record of doing. Who's another one? General Kelly is chief of staff. The general who backed Trump up in calling out and degrading a widow of the black soldier, one of the black soldiers who was killed in Niger a few weeks ago, who spoke more recently about his fondness for the Confederate General Robert E. Lee, and who said the Civil War was a misunderstanding. This is one of the adults in the room. It's bullshit to talk about these people are going to keep the threat of war back, because they're down with Trump in this. What's going to stop the threat of war is us and people like us. People who recognize this threat for what it is. And we have to go out and wake others up to this threat and get them to join us in acting to stop it. That's what's going to stop this threat of war. Now look, I've been dealing with this question like Eva said, for decades. I'm even going to let you know about how many decades. Because look, back in the 1960s, I got drafted into the U.S. Army. I got given orders to go to Vietnam. I had to confront what is the role that the U.S. and its military plays in the world, in that war, and also all around the world. I ended up refusing to go to Vietnam because I found out that that was a genocidal war. A war where U.S. GIs were supposed to treat every Vietnamese person as the enemy, man, woman, and child. I couldn't be a part of a war like that. That was the right thing to do today, and it is still the right thing to do. Because I found out in Vietnam that some of these U.S. GIs were out there inflicting mass murder at a long distance on people. They were carrying out orders in free fire zones to kill everything that moved. I also found out that massacres like the My Lai massacre, where GIs lined up 400 people and shot them to death, wasn't an odd occurrence, but standing operating procedure. And see, things like this are still a part of the way the U.S. war machine operates. I had to go further than that. I went further than that, and I saw that these wars and all the other horrors that come down on people in this country and around the world were built into the way the imperialist system functions. And I became a revolutionary communist. I took up a totally different approach to this. Not America first, but the whole world comes first. And American lives are not more important than other people's lives. This is a stance that Bob Avakian, the leader of the Revolutionary Communist Party, has fought for and underscored. And it's important that people take this up, begin to understand it, and act on that basis. And coming from that, I've been opposing U.S. aggression all over the world for decades ever since. And look, here's something else that I learned. One of the things that they try to do is they try to manipulate people into supporting their wars for empire by saying, well, you got to support the people who are risking their lives to defend you, who are serving you in the military all around the world. Look, I know, I found this out by bitter experience. These GIs are not serving us. They're not serving the people of this country. They're serving the imperialists in their imperialist wars.
Yeah.
That's something that I learned from Vietnam, and I've kept that lesson ever since, and I've worked to spread it among other people. We can't buy this because that's a way for them to create public opinion for their wars. Now look, I also know something else. There are some veterans and some GIs that all of us should agree to support. Those GIs who refuse to fight in their imperialist wars. They deserve our support. Those military people and veterans who refuse to carry out war crimes. And those GIs and veterans who, while having been part of that war, came out of it, came back to this country, figured out they were on the wrong side, and began to tell that truth to people. The way that Vietnam veterans against the war did. The way that Iraq veterans against the war did. We need more veterans like that, and we need to support veterans like that when they come out and take those kinds of stands. Because this is important. This is an important way of building up an understanding that people shouldn't get behind the wars that this country wages. And look, in taking on this threat of war, which is a very real threat, it is important to put it in the context of the whole program that the Trump-Pence regime is bringing down. Because the threats of fire and fury on North Korea are as much a part of the fascist program of this Trump-Pence regime as the Muslim travel bans, as the unleashing and calling forth of white supremacists, of taking newly won rights away from lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer people, of the attacks on women, and the ramped up deportation of immigrants. All of this comes together in an overall fascist program that they're working to hammer into place. And we have to be really fighting against the threat of war, because that could provide them the opening to hammer that program into place. We got to stand up. We got to fight to drive this regime out before they can do that, before it's too late. That's all of that is why it's very important that we're out here today in New York and in cities across the country. And it's important that people get with this movement to drive the Trump-Pence regime from power. That they join us in going to the streets day after day and night after night. That you organize others to come out next Saturday, November 18th, and be part of bringing the noise to bring this Trump-Pence fascist regime down before it's too late. Thank you, sisters and brothers.